Good evening. I just got the twins down for bedtime. It's 6 o'clock right now. Just hang on one second. Lilou hasn't been feeling well today, so I've been giving her a lot of extra attention, a lot of extra cuddles. If you're new to my channel, I had my twins via C-section September 20th, 2017. They came out early at 33 weeks and 5 days. Babies were in the NICU. Due to medical issues, the babies had to be born early. I just want to talk about my body and what the changes have been throughout the pregnancy, and what I expected and what I didn't expect, and kind of just what my thoughts and feelings are at the moment. When I was pregnant, I was honestly really worried about all the changes that my body would go through and what changes would stay with me in the end. I'm pretty petite at only 5 feet tall. Before I got pregnant, I was around 105 pounds. Right now, I'm pretty much back to that weight. It fluctuates depending on what I eat and my activities are. Weight gain, when I was pregnant, I actually gained 70 to 80 pounds, which isn't unlikely when you're carrying 2 babies. The OB actually did want me to gain more weight during the pregnancy as well. So at the end of my pregnancy, when they weighed me in, I actually weighed around 180 pounds. I never expected my body to go back to the way it was before, but I also didn't expect it to change this much. It took me a year and a half to get back to my pre-pregnancy weight. Even though I'm at the weight I was before I got pregnant, my body is totally different. It's more cushioned in areas that didn't used to be. My chest area is quite deflated, even though I'm pretty much back to the size I used to be. The shape is not what it used to be. And yeah, the biggest change I'd have to say is just my tummy area. One of the things I was really worried about with the twin pregnancy was something they call twin skin. And it's this thing where after you have the babies, your tummy, there's a flap of skin that's never going to be the same again, just because everything's stretched out so much. So this is my tummy right now. I'm not gonna pull my pants down any lower, but this is what it looks like. I get it to focus. So it's quite wrinkled from carrying the twins, and there are stretch marks everywhere, and I mean all over my body. My backside, my bum area, the thighs, just everywhere, just because the weight gain and growing the babies, it really took a toll on my body. It used to look a lot worse, but yeah, it's really mushy and really squishy. And if I do wear pants that are higher up, it does leave a nice indent across my tummy here. My belly button just looks all sorts of weird now. It's all wrinkled. So this is 18 months postpartum, back to my pre-pregnancy weight. Yeah, I'd like to ideally lose another 5-10 pounds, but this is quite an accomplishment for me just to get back to my pre-pregnancy weight. I did have that dark line down my belly when I was pregnant with the boys as well. That's since disappeared, so that's gone. But yeah, my belly is never going to be as nice and tight as it used to be. Not that it was really tight to begin with, but the skin was smoother, of course. There wasn't all this folded, wrinkled skin. And actually down here is my C-section scar. It's about that big, about maybe 5 inches, 5.5 inches. The doctor, when I talked to her, she did say that she had to cut me a little bit wider than the average C-section for the twins. So again, it is quite large, just sitting right here. So it's hidden whenever you wear bottoms. If you were to wear a two-piece swimsuit, the scar is hidden. With the C-section, it maybe took me a good month before I could move around freely, because it honestly still hurt 2 or 3 weeks after. I think a big part of that was because my tummy was still kind of folded over on top of the incision, so it kind of applied pressure to the area the whole time. During those 2 or 3 weeks after, maybe even the 4th week, I was still using the prescription painkillers just to kind of ease the pain. It did hurt a lot afterwards, and I so wish that I could have gone through with a vaginal delivery. I truly believe that recovery is so much easier that way. I did actually have the option to try vaginal delivery with the twins, but with so much concern surrounding the health of the babies, I just wanted to get the babies out as quickly as possible so we could figure out what was wrong and get whatever we needed to get fixed. So yeah, it was really tough. The stretch marks, as I had mentioned, are all over my body. Before I got pregnant, it was really hard to find stretch marks on my body. Everywhere I read, it said that stretch marks were kind of hereditary, and my mom did not have any stretch marks whatsoever after giving birth to 3 children. So based on that, I shouldn't have had any, but just with, I think, the massive weight gain and everything, it stretched me out so much that my body had to kind of accumulate those stretch marks to help my body grow alongside the babies. It wasn't until recently that I've come to terms with it, learning to love it and appreciate what it's done for us, for our family, because it was really hard looking at my body after the babies came out. I really wanted to lose the baby weight before I started trying again. I'm not saying I'm trying at the moment, but I do have really bad baby fever, and it's been on my mind probably since the twins turned 1. I love the boys now because they're so active. They've grown into more of their own personalities, and they're getting into so much trouble. They just want to be on their own and only provide cuddles on their own terms. I can't even rock them to sleep anymore. If I do try to rock them, they instantly want to just squirm out of my arms. So I think that's what I miss the most about having a tiny newborn baby. Also, with the twins, having spent time in the NICU, I kind of missed out on having those first months with baby and bonding with baby at home. I'd really hope for that if and when I do get pregnant with my 3rd baby. I've always pictured my family with 3 kids. 2 would have been okay, but 3 for sure is my final number. And I honestly don't feel as complete until that sort of happens. Whenever baby number 3 decides to come, I'll be so happy. I am kind of preparing for when we do decide to try again. Just kind of taking care of myself, taking care of my body, and when it happens, it'll happen. I'm not sure how and when people decide, but we'll see. If you've watched any of my other videos, you may have noticed me wearing this ring. I'm not married or engaged. That was actually a sort of push present to myself. It's a sapphire, which is the September birthstone, the birthstone of the boys. And apparently the sapphire is a symbol of everlasting love and loyalty, which I thought was really sweet. It just kind of reminds me every day that I am trying to be the best mother that I can be for the boys. And with that, I'll leave you guys to it. Have a good night.
Hi. Say hi. Yeah. Hi.